Hi everybody, today I'm gonna start to make a series of videos that I think will be incredible and exciting for me, because I'm gonna share ideas with you, and I'm starting this thanks to a friend of mine, Leonardo of Video Ripetizioni, a website that is sharing knowledge and incredible resources that told me and asked me if I could do this, no? And I said, why not? And so I'm gonna start sharing ideas, thoughts, and tips and tricks that are gonna change your life, as these things are doing for me. Because firstly, who am I, no? Because if you are gonna listen to me, you are gonna think about who am I and why can I share this with you. So I'm gonna tell you in a few minutes what happened to me, and why I'm gonna share these ideas with you, and why you should trust what I say. And that's it, no? 2 years ago I started to, well, I changed school 2 years ago. I changed school, and firstly, I was going in a school where the main subjects were mathematics and these kind of things, you know, physics and these kind of things. I said to myself, why not starting learning languages? The only option that I had was to change school, no? So I decided in the third year of high school to change school, and I started to learn languages. The problem was that I had something like 10 different subjects to study, restudy, no? Because the school was different, and I had to study every subject that I hadn't studied before. So that's what I've done. I spent the whole summer 2 years ago to, you know, restudy all the subjects that I didn't know, and to change school, no? And there started the process of me changing life and the way I think, the things I do, and all this kind of thing, no? I started to learn 2 new languages, Spanish and French, and I had to study them because I was going to start school in September, so I had to study really a lot, listen a lot, these languages. I started to get to know how to learn a language, how to learn, and in this period I also started to read books. I had never read books before that period of that summer, no? And the only books I read were Harry Potter and nothing more. I think I tried with the Lord of the Rings, but that wasn't so cool as the film was, no? As the movie was. So I decided to give up on reading the Lord of the Rings and just see the movie, no? And yes, what happened is that summer I started to read books. I started to read, to learn languages, and my mind kind of opened like never before, and I started to really understand how to be happy, how to live a better life, how to become more aware of who you are, and how you can change your behavior, to change your life, to change the things you let in your mind, and so you really can change your life doing that. And so I really started to learn these languages. Before that, I knew only, I think, English and my native language, Italian. And now I can communicate in French, also in Spanish, and I'm learning by myself Romanian. So this is what happened to me. In these 2 years I started to read books of every kind. I started to read things like, I don't know, the first book I read was of Roberto Leader di te stesso. It seems I was kind of skeptic, because yes, you know, a lot of people, when I read something like leadership or leader of yourself, is leader di te stesso in English, would be leader of yourself, and you are a little skeptic, no? But it mustn't be like that, because I mean, when I started to read, I started to understand that all the people that don't read these books are not going to be so aware of who they are, of what they can do with their lives, and a lot of things that you are going to learn if you just start to read books like this. No, I started to understand how it works, how our thoughts work, how our mind works, how we can change the way we think to improve the quality of our lives, no? Because if we change how we think, we really can change the way how we approach life, no? And so I really started to read. I read books. I started to read the books like this: "Discover Your Destiny" of Robin Sharma, or you know, The Alchemist of Paulo Coelho, or also The Compound Effect of Darren Hardy, Les Brown, "Live Your Dreams," and Donald Trump, "Never Give Up," or again Anthony Robbins, "Awaken the Giant Within," or Jim Rohn, Seven Strategies for Wealth and Happiness, and again Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki, or Deepak Chopra, and again, I mean, Dalai Lama. I started to read biographies of Steve Jobs, and you know, Gandhi, Churchill, and Mother Teresa, and you know, Edison. And then I read books about how happiness works, Get Happy Now, and you know, this book of Napoleon Hill, Piense y hágase rico, Think and Grow Rich, Réfléchissez et devenez riche. You know, these books, and everything started with this book. I mean, this isn't the best book I've read at all, but in this book I started to get to know a lot of things, no? This is the starting point that I had. And so I started to get back in the time and starting to know everything, and where all started, no? Where all these ways of approaching life and ways of understanding more are coming, no? And all started in the past, but from Seneca, Plato, and all the people who learned philosophy and success, all these kind of things, no? Edison that created the electricity, you know. And I started to understand more and more and more about how we can change really and can shape our lives. And we are in control, no, of what we want to do with our lives and what we are gonna do, in fact, no? So I started to write down quotes that was inspiring for me, you know, things like, you know, you will be the same person in 5 years as you are today, except for the person you meet and the books you read. And this means that if you're not going to grow reading and you know, meeting successful people and people that you enjoy to stay with, and not always the same people, because you know, if you stay always with the same people, it means that you are not growing. What happened to me, for example, is that by reading a lot, I kind of got bored staying with the same people all the time, and I'm finding a lot of people on the internet that I met also in real life, and I'm gonna meet again, and people from all over the world, because I'm also studying languages. And so, why should you follow me on this exciting and incredible path? It's very simple, because I'm gonna share with you the ideas that I find in books. You can grow with me, and I can grow with you, sharing ideas. And you know, these ideas are applied to real life. And I'm gonna suggest you the books you can read, and what you're gonna do to really stay happy and grow every day. Because what I noticed since I started reading is that my life was more balanced. I was doing more things, I was improving every day, and every single day, no matter if I was gonna take bad marks at school, or having some discussions with people, arguing with someone, I don't know, before I could be sad for something like that, but when I started reading things like this and you know, taking control on my mind, everything has changed. So I'm gonna start, this was a little introduction. I hope you are excited as me to start knowing more about yourself and changing your life, improving your life and doing more with your life and really creating your own life. And yeah, that's it for this first video as an introduction in English. I'm gonna do this also in Spanish, I believe also in Italian, yeah, and maybe in French, I don't know yet. And thank you so much for listening to me, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye!